You will be submitting this in stations homework, this one and this one. I will do a couple problems and give you some hints, okay? But honestly, this should just be second nature to you. These ones is everything solved. You have got to be so good at this, it's not even funny. I don't know what hints I can honestly give for you on this one. I will say that these two are complex. You know what, I think I'm actually going to do this one. So I'm going to pretend this one says x squared minus 16. If I said that this one was x squared minus 16, you would go x minus 4, x plus 4, right? Because you can, let me zoom in a little bit more even, square root. So then I would get x equals 4, x equals negative 4. But the problem is, it doesn't say x squared, it says x to the 4th. But if I made those squared, then I could be okay. So that means, what do I do now? I, again, square root. Square root of 4 plus or minus 2. X equals plus or minus 2i. Now, what does that mean? How many answers should you be getting? 4. How many answers did I get here? When I had x equals 4, I only had 2, so I needed to get 2 more. So there's 2 answers there, and there's 2 answers there, and that makes a total of 4. All right, I'm going to do the word problems for you because the word problems, I think, are kind of hard. The equation, y equals. So if I'm dealing with a percent, it's not y equals mx plus b. It's y equals a times b to the x. It is exponential, where a represents the start, and then b represents the pattern. Okay? So y equals 600. Now it says it decays. Decays means that it's not at 100% anymore. It goes down by 14%, which is 86%, which is 0.86. So what I want you to see is how I got this 0.86, but I want you to know it is the pattern. So if they want to know after 3 days, they want you to go 600 times 0.86 to the 3rd power. And I would pick up my little calculator here, and I would go 600 parentheses 0.86 to the 3rd power, and I get 381, sorry you can't see it, 381.63. So 381.63 milligrams. So I started at 600, but look what happened after 3 days. It went down 14%. And so by the 3rd day, it was 381. It doesn't seem, it's not linear. It's not you're going minus 14%, minus 14%. You're taking minus 14% of the whole thing. Now the whole thing is less, and you're taking 14% of that. Okay? And now this one, what you're going to do instead is take the 100 and plug it in there. So you go 100 equals 600 times 0.86 to the x. I haven't quite gone over exactly how to do this one, but you could fake it. Divide by 600, and you get 1/6, which is 0.16 with the hat on top, equals 0.86 to the x. So I could just literally do guess and check. So I could come up here. Oops, it's got to see my Face ID. Oops. Okay. And then I could do some guess and check. So I could go 0.86. Now remember what I'm trying to get. Oops, 0.86 to the 10th. That's 0.22. Whoa, that won't even last 10 days. 7? Nope. Oh, wait, I'm trying to get to 0.16. So let's go back to 10. So it's at 0.22. What's happening now? What if I do 15? 0.10. 12? Ooh, so that means after 12, good guess. After 12 days, it'll only be at 100 milligrams. All right. I'm thinking of a number that when you cube it, double it, and increase it by 7, the answer is 207. Oh, so there's my equation. Okay. So what do? I solve. Subtract 7. Divide by 2. And then I would have to take the cube root of 100. Okay, not the square root, but the cube root. So how could I do that in the calculator? Let's see if it gives me that option. I'm not exactly sure, but I do know how to change it to exponential form to the 1/3. And that's 4.64. Obviously, I made it up when I messed because it's not. This is technically not an integer. I was thinking of squared and I put cubed. Okay, so technically it's not an integer. We're going to say it's a number. Integers have to be positive and negative numbers that are whole numbers. Okay, system of equations. Okay, we're talking about a rectangle, length and width. The length is 6 less than triple the width. Now they told you the area. Okay, well, how do you find area? Oh yeah, you go this times this. So you go W times 3W minus 6 equals 72. Distribute. Set it equal to 0. I'm obviously out of space. This isn't really a system of equations. I think I would just go like this. And it's not a system. A system means more than one. Okay. And then I would set it equal to 0. Then I would divide by 3. Then I would magic exit. And I get 6 and negative 4. Well, you can't have a negative length. So that means my width equals 6. So if my width is 6, I would then take the 6, plug it in there. 3 times 6 minus 6, 18 minus 6 is 12. And I would technically mark both of them wrong because it is centimeters. All right. This is, in fact, a system of equations. Okay? So you got 30 coins in your pockets. You got quarters and dimes. So you got quarters and you got dimes, and there's 30 of them. So let me write that down. Now, it says it's worth $6.45. So what am I supposed to put here? Well, how much are quarters? How much are dimes? And then now I would solve this system. I would move this over twice. So then I would, in a sense, take white out and pretend that the point isn't even there. Okay. Let me rewrite it up here, by the way. 0.25q plus 10d equals 645. Now I would solve the system. I would multiply this by negative 25. And I would get negative 25q minus 25d equals negative 750. And then I would get negative 15d equals negative 105. And I would divide by negative 15. D equals, I don't know, we're going to say 7. Okay? I don't know if that's right or not. So that means I have 7 dimes. So if I have 7 dimes, what do I have? 23 quarters, because 23 plus 7 is 30. All right, let's go to the next page. You can solve this. Get rid of the fraction. You can solve this. Substitution, set it equal to 0. Okay, I want to get you started on this one, because I haven't quite gone over this one. Maybe in 1 or 2 examples, okay? I know that this whole darn thing is 90 degrees. So if I take this, plus this, it should equal 90 degrees. And now I solve. And then I divide by 3. 29. So I guess I just want x, so x is 29. If I wanted to know the degrees, 29 plus 3, 32. 29 minus 1, 28. 29 minus 1 is 30. 30, 58, 88, 90. Cool. I know that I'm good to go. All right. Do your ratios. Can you do your ratios here? No. Sine, cosine, tan. Now this one, how many degrees are in a line? Well, let's think about this. If the letter L makes 90 degrees, what would a line be? Okay. All right. Let's go to the bottom ones. And this one. This one's kind of crazy. I think it's great if you want to try it, but I am okay if you don't. So I feel like this is so messy that I can't even deal with what's happening here. So I'm going to simplify this. Divide by 5. So I have -2 over 5. Positives make me happy. But when it's negative, I move it to the bottom. Negative to the bottom moves to the top. I'm happy. Bottom, move it to the top. It's getting a little bit better, but I still have some work to do. So now I'm going to simplify even more. Let's see. I have 5 A's and 2 A's, so now I have 7 A's. I have 1 B on top and 8 on the bottom, so I have 7 more on the bottom. 4 and 2, I have 2 more on the top. Now that I made all that less messy, now I can take it to the -3rd. But the problem is I don't like negatives. Gosh, I didn't leave you any space. So now what I'm going to have to do is flip it. And then make it positive. And then I distribute once, twice, 3, 4, 5. And I end up with 5 cubed, which is 125. B to the 7th cubed is B21, not 27, 21. -2 cubed is -8. A to the, I hope I'm doing this right. Maybe that's a 2. Yay. I think we're good. A to the 21, and then C to the 6th. That was a good one. Oh, and you didn't see any of that. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. All right. And this one, do not box it. Just change the signs of everything to the right. Put the same together. Just like if you were doing normally. Okay, actually, I'll do this one. So now you have 4 minus 6 is -2. And -2 and +9 is +7i. Okay? That's it. This one, write in another time and box it out. This one, do you remember what you're supposed to do here? Can't have a square root in the bottom. So what do? You multiply it by itself. Square root of 6 times the square root of 6 is the square root of 36, which is 6. But then 3 goes into 6 2 times, rad 6 over 2. Now, if you want to know if you're right, take this, put it into Desmos. Take this, put it into Desmos. As long as the answers are exactly the same in decimal form, you're good to go. All right. Now, this one looks a little crazy, but I want you to see what I'm going to do here. I'm actually going to take this, don't even look at the square root, and I'm going to rewrite it. Well, actually, I guess I could, but I'm going to go this, actually, there's 2 ways to do this. I could have simplified that and gone the square root of 1 over 50, but actually, I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to rewrite this as the square root of 2 over the square root of 100. Keep the 5 because it's on top, like 5 over 1. So I get 5 square root 2. What's the square root of 100? 10. And now, 5 goes into 10 2 times. Rad 2 over 2. How do you know I'm right? Take this, Desmos. Take this, Desmos. All right, this one, remember, you're going to have to have birthday cake, birthday cake, birthday cake, put the same together. So if I had like 3 rad 2 minus 8 rad 2, let's say I had that, that would be -5 rad 2. But if this was a rad 3, then I couldn't put them together. This one over here, birthday cake, find your doubles, see what's left over. You know what, I think I'll do this one actually. So if I had 216, I would go 216, 2, 108, 2, 54, 2, 27, 3, 9, 3, 3, 3, 1. Okay, that was a good workout. Now the X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Y's, there's 1, and then there's a lot of Z's. Okay? So, I take my doubles, circle them. And then I got like 10 Z's over here. So I have a 2 and a 3. 2 times 3 is 6. But then I had the -2, that's -12. I had 3 sets of X's and 10 sets of Z's. Now, what I didn't circle goes on the inside. I didn't circle the X, the Y, the 2, and the 3. So I write X, Y, Oops, input this. I should have written 6xy. Okay. That's it. Do the rest another time.